What the heck? Hey guys, did we react too quickly? Did we screw up here? Okay, like us Doom fans, did we react too aggressively to id Software and the Doom community as a whole? Because I'm having some reflecting now, and there's been a lot of things that have happened to me over the last few days, ever since the Ancient Gods Part 2 released, and I played it, everybody else played it, and our initial first time thoughts have gone over. And the Doom community right now is like absolutely on fire. Like Under the Mayo had to take down his initial review of Doom Eternal because there were fights happening in the comments section. Okay, like F Destroyer's making videos, Midnight, everybody in the Doom community is coming together right now to say to other members of the community, chill out. Okay, it's like the Ancient Gods Part 2 wasn't that bad. And I feel like our initial first thoughts were not the best. And now, I do agree, though, that a lot of the criticisms were very necessary, and we needed to let id Software know, we needed to stand up for ourselves in our game. But I also think that we overshot a little bit too much. Myself personally, I think my video I put out was pretty solid. I tried to be pretty fair, but I made sure to put in the description. Okay, let's keep this civil here. But there's been like an absolute like the Doom community is crazy right now. And I wanted to make a video talking about things I really enjoyed in the Ancient Gods Part 2 and some cool down thoughts and some like reality checks here. Okay, everybody? So I don't know what the reception for this video is going to be, so let me know in the comments what you think of this video. Okay, so this is going to kind of be an open discussion. I'm just going to be talking through it. I don't have a script or anything. I just want to talk about DLC 2, so let's go right now. These are things I really loved about DLC 2. Now, rightfully so, a lot of the reviews and different Doom community members and content creators making videos have been very negative because a lot of us are high level Nightmare players. I personally am trying to make my way to the Ultra Nightmare skill level. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm a very comfortable Nightmare Slayer. And I went into DLC 2 and I was a little, I was disappointed with it a good amount, but the DLC was also really fun. I really loved it. And I feel like people are not talking about what they love about this DLC enough. So I'm going to do that right now. So, DLC 2. The opening level, I really liked it a lot. As you guys know, the World Spear is my favorite level in Doom Eternal now, next to amazing levels like UAC Atlantica for the Ancient Gods Part 1, as well as Doom Hunter Base from the base game. This level felt like an adventure. It felt like Conan the Barbarian combined with He-Man and Skyrim and all sorts of other video games that I love and movies that I love. And with the Barbarian Doomslayer skin, it was kind of perfect. I felt like Conan the Barbarian, going through this Sentinel City or whatever. It's kind of, it feels medieval. It was just so cool. The skyboxes are beautiful, and then you ride the dragon, and that's so awesome. And then you go to this snowy place, and I absolutely love this arena right here. And as you can tell, there's a meat hook node right here, so you can platform up to that thing and swing yourself around. And if you guys notice, the arena design is very, very open here. This is also the level where you're introduced to the Sentinel Hammer. And I disagree with several members of the community saying this thing is overpowered. I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's amazing that we're getting all this ammo and all this health and armor back. Like, it's just such a fun attack. I feel like the sound maybe should be optional, but I feel like it's okay with the hammer itself because it's the hammer on its own. But like this opening level, obviously I didn't like how there weren't any marauders and there was only one spirit, but this level is like a world-class level. And I want to address specifically, Hugo Martin said that DLC 2 wasn't meant to be that difficult because the master level versions of these levels are going to be sadistic. Now, this makes me very happy because I feel like id Software is laughing and maniacally in the corner. They are laughing at us because they're about to do something ridiculous with these master levels. Like these master levels are going to be so hard, and us in the Doom community that have been complaining that it's too easy are about to be humbled pretty bad, and I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, back to things I really like. The World Spear level. The snow, the different areas. I love the scenery, the backdrops, and it was awesome. The World Spirit's awesome. I can't stop talking about that level. The escalation encounters were super fun. I do think a third one that would have been a little bit over the top, stupid, difficult would have been awesome. Like, warning, warning, warning. This Slayer Gate, or excuse me, this secret encounter is like really, really tough, dude. Like, don't touch this thing if you're even your skill level is even moderate. It just has to be insane. Like you deal with 5 tyrants or something. I don't know. But anyway, the master levels are coming though, so that's good. But basically, the World Spirit, amazing level, amazing level. I hope you guys like me rambling. Now on to Reclaimed Earth. This level, I didn't like it as much as the first one, but we get introduced to the Poison Prowler, which is he's a total dick, and I love it. I love how cheap he is and how annoying he is. And I don't know, this dude feels like kind of like an Ultra Nightmare run ender. We get several of the new enemies in this level, as well as the first one. We were introduced to the Screechers and the Armored Barons. I absolutely love the new enemies. Now I know, they're kind of just reskins or whatever, but the Armored Baron has a completely new, texture for his armor, and that's dope. And you gotta take him out before his armor regenerates. And the Screecher, the Screecher feels like just the right amount of difficulty, where you feel like you can kill him if you want to, if you feel prepared to deal with these guys. Also, really like the purple buff. I think the purple buff is kind of awesome. Okay, and then but we have the Cursed Prowler is a weird enemy, very weird enemy. Whenever the Cursed Prowler's around, you gotta kind of memorize it and take him out quick to not have to deal with him. And also, I need to keep talking about the Armored Baron because he's awesome. Okay, but then the Riot Soldier. Now, according to Hugo Martin, these guys are not meant to be chain gunners, so I don't feel as bad. They're just kind of there to make you use remote detonation and sticky bombs. Figure out how to get behind them and then take them out. That's what she said. And then anyway, and then we move on from this level, which also had an escalation encounter. It was pretty cool, I guess. Then we move on to Amora, the epic, probably the best cutscene in Doom Eternal. When Doom Guy shows up and the Dark Lord is like, "Oh crap, okay, all right, Doom Guy, ha ha ha, I'm gonna send everything I got at you, my whole army." And Doom Guy's just like cracking his neck, like rip and tear. And all of a sudden, the portals open up behind him, and Commander Valen just walks out, and they just look at each other like, "Yeah, yeah, bro, got your back. Rip and tear until it is done." And everyone keeps saying Avengers Endgame. I've never actually seen Avengers Endgame, but whatever. Big battle, and then the mechs are fighting with the Titans, and there's all this action going on in the background. There's these armies of hell are just dealing with the Sentinels, and the Doomslayer is cutting right through the middle. This level was amazing. The backdrop, obviously, absurdly beautiful looking. More awesome opportunities for the hammer. There's lots of gravity lefts in these arenas so that you can get some cool hammer attacks, which that's awesome. I love how the hammer isn't a Crucible reskin, but it's kind of its own unique thing. Like that's so fun to have something that's unique and interesting that isn't just a Crucible reskin. That juicy new attack is definitely very juicy. Again, the escalation encounter didn't feel quite as difficult, but again, these are just the base levels, so they shouldn't be that difficult. I'll explain more of that in a minute once I get through all the levels. And then Doom Guy, like literally, he loads up on a cannon. Like that is not a weapon. That's not a teleporter. Or that's a weapon, not a teleporter. Anyway, Samuel Hayden. The guy like gives him a thumbs up, like you're good to go, Doom Guy. He just crashes through the wall. That's so badass. But then he encounters the Amora guards, and these guys are these guys are pathetic. And I kind of like how stupid and how insignificant of a threat they are. This is the closest thing to a team deathmatch we'll ever get in Doom Eternal. Anyway, so then Doom Guy murders his way through the Amora City, which is amazingly detailed. Some of the coolest cutscenes in the game. And then we get to the Stone Imp Arena, which, this arena has so much potential. And I think the master level version is going to be like every enemy or something. That would just be great. Everything is spirit possessed or something. And you have like a bunch of. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough. Anyway, that wouldn't be possible, or would it? I don't know. But then we move on to the Dark Lord fight. Okay, and this fight, I really liked it when I got into the groove, but I didn't really like it overall. But it was still okay. All right, like I need to think about this a lot more realistically. Okay, like as well as every member of the Doom Eternal community needs to look at these decisions more objective, I guess. But I don't think our criticism of the DLC 2 was wrong. I just think we maybe overshot a little bit. So now that I kind of brought up some things that I can immediately think of off the top of my head that I really enjoyed about DLC 2, let's talk about something I observed recently. Okay, so I have been looking at some other YouTube videos of Doom Eternal players, and I have been watching a lot of Twitch streams for people playing the game, playing DLC 2, and they're not playing on Nightmare. They're playing on either Ultra Violence or Hurt Me Plenty or even I'm Too Young to Die, which I personally think it's okay to play on whatever difficulty you want, you know? Like, I'm not an elitist. I started on Hurt Me Plenty myself, so, it's not like I'm going to make fun of you. But the way these people were playing the game, versus the way I play the game or even some of the, pro players is like insanely different. Like, they're using one gun, they're not weapon switching or using the meat hook or the flame belch, and it's just like we need to keep in mind that there are a lot of players that are not that great at Doom Eternal. And certainly they can become really good at Doom Eternal, but it's sort of good to have a nicer, easier experience to sort of draw them in. I don't agree with like the Ancient Gods Part 1 nerfs, and I'm going to be making an entire video about the Aragnatron nerf because I feel like the Aragnatron nerf was a bit bizarre considering Hugo Martin's words on the Aragnatron's turret. Again, I'll be making my own separate video on that. But yeah, the way these people were playing the game though was so like bad that I'm happy that they said it was a challenging experience and they really enjoyed having a challenge because I'm over here sitting, that was way too easy. But I am excited and I'm not upset anymore that there's going to be master levels for these missions. So, everybody in the Doom community, if you're watching this and you made a comment about how it was too easy, now remember, I said that myself, so no problem. But like these people, everybody in the Doom community that's saying it's too easy, oh, we are going to get master levels that are going to kick our asses and teach us a very important lesson about being humble. Because these master levels, I feel like, are going to be outrageously difficult, and Hugo Martin's going, ha ha, get good over there in the background. It's software somewhere. But overall, I think we got a little, we overreacted a little bit to DLC 2 after playing it a couple times and taking a more objective and cool down look to it. It wasn't that bad at all. I had a great time with it. And I'm going to be posting a lot of my reactions to my first playthrough as well soon because there's a lot of great content there. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to make this an open discussion video, just kind of talk about whatever I wanted to talk about. I hope it was rambly and I wasted your time and you got something fun out of it. Basically, though, I recorded this in one sitting, so that's pretty cool. I can see my recording time is like 12 minutes now. So this is going to be fun to upload and to edit and all that stuff. What you're hearing right now is some behind the scenes. If you're still watching the video, I just want to say thanks for watching up to this point. I really appreciate you. Maybe hit the sub button or whatever, We're almost to 200, so that's going to be really exciting when I hit 200. But yeah, I feel like we overshot the DLC 2 a little bit. I think the changes are okay. I think our criticism was necessary, but a bit too extreme. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, guys, that's the video. I'll talk to you guys later. Rip and tear until it is done. Yeah, that's about it for now. Bye.